I just watched Minus One. I think most movies that I watch now will have to be compared to Godzilla Minus One as the standard. I've been a fan of Godzilla for. I'm not gonna front. Like, I'm not. I'm pretty new to the Godzilla world. I've only been watching his movies for like about 6 years, but but like this guy has taken over my entire life. When I first got into Godzilla, it was purely for the corn, the cheese. The Godzilla movies genuinely are, for the most part, dudes running around in big silicone and rubber monster suits, smashing up buildings. But there's a lot of beauty in between all of that. Yeah, like as you can see, like if you just watch the Godzilla versus Kong, the original one, that'll give you the trailer of that will give you an idea of kind of the cheese ball effects that you got. With every single shot and every single frame that you watch of a Godzilla movie, you're seeing a lot happen. It takes a lot of work to make a Godzilla movie happen. Part of the joy of watching a Godzilla movie is after you're done watching the Godzilla movie, Googling how they did like all the fire effects, all of the Godzilla fights, and all of the like cheesy lightning effects that you see going on. And then even with the 2000 ones, you've got like the Millennium one, Godzilla 2000. Like you have all the CG bugs and everything, and you've got like all these new elements that are being added to the Godzilla world in the Millennium era. And then you get up to the Legendary series of today, and Godzilla is this full CGI monster, and he's like this thing that lives and breathes and like even smiles. You see like like nowadays it's cool with the CG Godzillas. They'll put little moments in where Godzilla's smiling or smirking or something like that, and that's really cool to see. Definitely over 32, but there may be 36 Godzilla movies. There's no movie series, I believe, where the entire history and technique development of filmmaking is present within one series. The first one came out in 1954. To be able to see the history of filmmaking techniques go through each of these movies is a really beautiful thing, and I appreciated that before I even really got super into film and movie making and just production in general. There's a lot of symbolism with the Godzilla movies that you don't realize getting into it, because the meaning of Godzilla has never changed. Godzilla was always a metaphor and symbolism for environmental disaster, destruction, in the wake of man. And like, I think that's part of what drew it to me initially, is because it's very much one of those duality of man type conversations whenever you watch a Godzilla movie, because almost every Godzilla movie, like Godzilla versus Hedorah, was literally about polluting the oceans and polluting the water. Godzilla is always a metaphor for mankind and the environment and the struggle that creates. The first one, Godzilla, yes, was a metaphor for the atomic bomb. And that is picked up in the next one, in Minus One. Minus One was literally so incredible. That was probably a mind-altering experience for me. For the last Godzilla movie, Minus One, to be as good as it was is pretty crazy. Godzilla movies typically have a tendency to just have terrible humans. The humans are always the most interesting part, and that's the biggest critique that you get with Godzilla movies. But Minus One had a genuinely interesting main character. It followed a failed kamikaze, a wuss kamikaze that did not want to be a kamikaze in World War II, fighting for Japan, and he has to come home and face not only the repercussions of failing his nation, because that's what it came down to in the eyes of the people around him as you watch the movie, is like he did not respect his nation and live up to the requirements of his nation, but he has to face Godzilla as well. And it's a harrowing story, it's a beautiful story, and it's one that's genuinely better than a Godzilla movie. And it's gonna get better too, because there were some visual errors that it had, and there were some things in it that like people thought looked a little bit funky, but they're releasing a black and white version of it now, Godzilla Minus One /C, and that's gonna fix it. That's gonna make it like literally the best movie. I gave it a 5-star on my Letterboxd. Follow me at JJMacIsWhack on Letterboxd. But like, I really did think it was a perfect movie. For me personally, to see Godzilla reach this point where people are actually appreciating him, because like this Godzilla movie is demolishing all expectations. It's gotten nominated for, I think, more awards than any Godzilla movie in the past previously. It's got, at least domestically here in America, it's gotten nominated for more awards than any Godzilla movie domestically. It's gotten nominated for an Oscar. People are saying it's going to reboot the Godzilla franchise because like it's putting eyes on the franchise that just weren't there before. Like I really just wanted to make this video as a passionate love letter to Godzilla and promotion for the Godzilla franchise, because there's a lot of good stuff going on. I've been specifically talking about Godzilla Minus One and what that has made me think about, but there's another Godzilla coming out from Legendary Studios. It's a follow-up to Godzilla and Kong, and it looks good as hell too. Godzilla's pink now. Barbie Godzilla, Barbieheimer Godzilla, come on. Also, go watch our Barbieheimer video. If you haven't watched the Some Like It Studios Barbieheimer video, please go watch that. We love our boy Nico. To circle back, thank you, G-Man. Thank you, Ishiro Honda. Thank you, Criterion Collection, for putting these all together. If you can nab this, please do. The Godzilla Criterion Collection. And this will not have all of them. This is just the Showa era. There's so many Godzilla movies, they broke it up into era. This is all the movies from 54 to 75. So, like, it's a good bang for your buck, and, like, you won't be able to get this collection of movies on your own because, like, the rights don't belong to people. So if you can get this, get this. It is one of the most fantastic things I own. This is the first one by Ishiro Honda. And this is Godzilla versus Mothra. Or Mothra versus Godzilla. There's a difference. Godzilla versus Kong. It has a little page to go over all the Godzilla movies. And then, of course, it comes with the original Showa era Godzilla movies. But, like, yeah. Shout out to the G-Man. Before I go, click like and subscribe, please. It really helps our studio get our video content off the ground. If you like what we're putting out, please leave us comments and tell us what more you would like to see or what you would like to see less. If you're tired of seeing Joey, please comment that you hate me. Don't forget to check up on our Christmas video. That was the latest video that came out. And stay tuned for the next time I'm on.